Ocugen had an amazing day in the stock market today. Let's talk about why this is happening, where I think it could be headed in the near future, and a variety of other factors affecting the stock price. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video like this. Check out our WeBull link if you guys want to pick up some free stocks with WeBull, and check out our Patreon link if you guys want to join our private Discord. But other than that, guys, let's get right into this video. Alrighty guys, here we are with Ocugen. As you all know, this is of course the big vaccine stock that's kind of been going on recently, or in the last couple of months, or even a year or two back if you look at it. Ocugen has been talked about for quite some time, and we've seen all kinds of crazy movement with this stock over the last couple of months, and just now we're starting to see a little bit of an uptrend once again. We'll get into the actual kind of price action going on as far as today's intraday trading session goes in just a little bit here, but just to give you guys a quick recap of where Ocugen is at the time of making this video. Today, of course, is June 24th. Here's the intraday trading session so far, hitting a high of about $8.52, and we're currently trading at the time of making this video, $8.18, but again, that's going to fluctuate a little bit because, of course, the market is currently open, up about 8.47% on the day. Pretty impressive numbers. Now, let's get into why this is likely happening. Now, there is no news for today, but there is seemingly a bit of a run-up going on because of the late-stage trial data of COVID-19 vaccine to Indian regulators. So this is going to happen. Obviously, they're trying to get Covaxin, which is their kind of staple brand of vaccine, through regulation trials and a variety of different tests and things that they need to go through in order to be used worldwide, especially in India, because as we all know, in India right now, there is a new strain of the virus called the Delta variant that is currently affecting a lot of people. They need to get the vaccines there as soon as possible to limit the spread and, of course, help people live and be okay. Now, if we read into this article just a little bit more here, it says Ocugen plus 7.3%, that's of course at the time that this article was written, is on course to record its 5th consecutive session of gains today amid reports that its partner Bharat Biotech has submitted its COVID-19 vaccine phase 3 trial data to India's drug regulator. And this is pretty much the rest of the trial, or the rest of the article rather. It pretty much just outlines what they're doing, how they're doing it, and just why the stock is running. We all know that Ocugen is a heavy rumor related stock, or not even rumor related really. It's really based off of hype and speculation moving up to certain events, but catalysts with this stock are absolutely huge. They affect the price quite often and quite frequently, and it causes for a lot of movement. And you know what, guys, just so we can get some better understanding here, we're just going to jump right into the price overall. We'll break down the intraday trading session that we're in right now, and then we'll zoom out to give you guys a little bit more context. So let's begin with June 24th's trading session. As you can see here, we had pre-market hours, very low volume, pretty much stagnant overall. Opens the day up, starting to climb into about the $7.60 range, and then we kind of stagnated a little bit, kind of started to compress, but still moving higher, higher, until we hit a high on the day of about $8.57. A beautiful uptrend, as you can see here. Unfortunately, since then we have corrected and pulled back just a slight amount, not too much, down to the $8.01 level, bounced back up to the $8.29 level, and now we're sitting at a kind of a consolidation area. Now, if we zoom out here a little bit, because I think giving context overall over the last 5 days to even 10 days is very important. As you can see here, Ocugen running like crazy. Just like the article talked about, this stock has been doing some really big numbers recently. All these intraday trading sessions, as you can see, except for this one, of course, right here, where it kind of ended off the same place it started, ended higher than they began. And overall, we've seen a very nice, beautiful to look at positive trend into the $8 level. Let's pull out a little bit more here to the 10-day 30-minute, and we can see what's even more interesting about Ocugen, and I always like to talk about this because I think Ocugen is such a volatile stock, is that if we go to the 180-day chart, right, we had Ocugen's original hype period leading up to the $18.77 price range, massively pulling back and kind of consolidating for quite some time here. For about a couple of months, it just kind of did a lot of nothing. And then, unfortunately, it started to downtrend quite a bit here around this month. We're kind of just sitting in this strange kind of consolidation period. But That stopped when news started coming out that Covaxin was getting approved and it was doing very well in the trials that it was doing and everything. Positive news began to come out about Covaxin, and we just saw these crazy bump ups in price here, all the way up to the $15 range. And a lot of people made a lot of money off that, especially if they were buying at these levels, or they were buying here or buying somewhere around here, you know, because that's almost back to the previous high. However, that high was just not sustainable, unfortunately, and it did pull back, and then for the rest of the month consolidated, and then we had a huge drop off right about here, and now it seems to be consolidating. But there is a little bit of an upward momentum kind of movement trend that we can see right here. If we look at the RSI, it's sitting at about the 71 level. Remember guys, RSI, whenever there are these peaks above the 70 level, which is already oversold to begin with, or overbought rather to begin with, every time that happens, we see major pullbacks, major correction, major downfall in the stock price right after we had these huge run-ups. And this is a very common technical factor that I think a lot of people kind of take for granted or don't notice as much, but they really should, because I think this is a great indicator for when there might not be a good time to buy. And if we look, of course it's hard to tell when to buy any stock. You know, some stocks don't have to follow those types of rules, but if we look here on the 180-day chart, which is ideal for swing trades in my opinion, or long-term swing trades at least, we were reaching that 71 level. And the last time we did that, we pulled back like crazy. And then when we got down to here, you know, people who bought in ran up like crazy. The whole thing, guys, and I talk about this a lot in our courses. If you guys want to check those out, those will be linked in the description as well. And we talk about it in the Patreon group. I talk about it all the time, that if you want to get into a stock and get a good average, it's so important on red days. Red days are my favorite days in the stock market, because it means I'm getting things at a good price. It means I'm getting a deal, especially if it's a stock that I believe in over the next year to 2 to 3 or even decades, however long I think the company's going to operate successfully. I really like getting good deals, and I really like when there are red days on my favorite stocks, because that means that I can buy more and get in at a good average cost, so that way I can look at my position grow and not get too upset about it. But guys, either way, Ocugen, I think in my opinion, could continue running. Again, there is news that is supposed to be coming out relatively soon, either tomorrow or sometime this week, I believe related to the trial vaccine stuff, so keep your eyes out, keep your eyes peeled for that. Those types of catalysts can cause major runs, or they can cause major downfalls, so be aware of that as well, guys. This is a risky play. This is why for this play, I wouldn't put in more money than I'm willing to lose. A lot of people have a lot of money in this stock, and congratulations if you do. I give you my props for you guys having that much money in this type of play. I think that's a really valiant thing. And two, if you believe in this company long term, great. Then, you know, you should have no issue with these dips, and you should have no issue with the daily volatility, because ideally you're investing for the long term. You're waiting for the stock to kind of reach its valuations that a lot of people are putting this at. A lot of people think this is a $30 to $40 to $50 stock. We're currently sitting around the $8 level. That's quite a bit in gains that is left on the table if you were to sell out early or to not, you know, invest at all. So keep that in mind, guys. That's not guaranteed, by the way. That's just some of the valuations that other investors that I've seen on the internet, and as well actual analysts in different firms, put this stock at. A lot of people are holding this stock, but again, this is a speculative growth play. This is something that, you know, you can't sweat the small stuff on. But guys, just keep this on watch, keep it close, guys. It's always important to be aware of what's going on with stocks, especially on the daily moves like this, because sometimes you can get an idea for overall trends that will either be happening over the next week or the next month, who knows. But guys, just keep it on watch, stay close. But other than that, guys, that is pretty much it for Ocugen. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video like this. Check out our WeBull link if you guys want to pick up some free stocks with WeBull, and check out our Patreon link if you guys want to join our private Discord. But other than that, guys, that is all I have for you guys today. I'm Kyle with Finance Bro. Take it easy.